In a world brimming with voices, with paths diverging in every direction, a sincere seeker of truth is faced with a profound and often overwhelming question. We are told there are approximately 4,300 distinct religions, faiths, and spiritual traditions practiced by humanity today. There are 2.3 billion Christians, 2 billion Muslims, over a billion Hindus, 500 million Buddhists, and millions who adhere to countless other beliefs. Each one claims to hold a piece of the ultimate reality, a map to a life of meaning and purpose.
When faced with this staggering number, the logical mind can feel paralyzed. How could any single person possibly investigate them all? Instead, we will employ a powerful method of rational inquiry, a technique inspired by the philosopher René Descartes. He called it Cartesian skepticism. Imagine you have a large basket filled with apples. You're told that some apples are perfectly ripe and healthy, while others are rotten and spoiled.
The more rigorous method is to do something radical. Empty the entire basket. Now your basket is empty, a clean slate. Then, with careful inspection, you pick up only the apples that you can verify are perfectly sound and place them back into the basket. Let us, for the sake of this intellectual journey, empty our basket of all preconceived notions and inherited beliefs. We will set aside all 4,300 religions for a moment and start with the clean slate.
We will not ask which religion is true. Instead, we will ask, using only reason and logic, what foundational principles must a true way of life possess? We will build our understanding from the ground up, constructing a series of logical filters, like the foundation, walls, and roof of a building. Our first filter, the foundation, is this: is there a God? Does a creator exist?
When we look at the universe, we see an endless series of actions. According to the most basic principle of logic, if there's a work, there must be a doer. And crucially, the doer must possess the power and knowledge to perform that work. For example, if you saw a small child pulling a 20-ton commercial airplane down a runway with a simple rope, your mind would immediately intervene. It would scream, "This is impossible."
Now, let us apply this exact same logic to the universe we witness every single day. We see the cow as the apparent doer of the act of producing milk. From simple green grass, its body manufactures a pristine white substance of immense nutritional complexity. The cow is an apparent cause, but it is an insufficient cause. Our reason tells us there must be a knowing and powerful force acting through the cow.
Let us turn to another example. We see a poisonous bee as the apparent doer of the act of producing honey. This tiny insect transforms nectar into a substance so pure and complex it possesses scientifically verified healing properties. Does the bee have a degree in chemistry? Absolutely not. Our reason demands that we look for the programmer, the true chemist behind the sweet medicine.
Let us turn our heads to the silent, humble earth. We see a massive tree as the apparent doer of producing a sweet fruit. From dark, tasteless soil and a lifeless-looking seed, it produces a fruit with a color that pleases our eyes, a smell that delights our nose, and a taste suited for our tongue. The seed had no knowledge of human aesthetics or our needs.
In this very moment, our mind must intervene. It tells us that these doers, the cow, the bee, the tree, do not possess the necessary knowledge or power for the works they perform. They are giving something they do not have. This is a logical impossibility. All these works show a single, unified power, a single will that controls all of them behind the scenes.
If we are able to fully understand these examples, then we can see with the eyes of our minds that there is a creator. With this foundational understanding, we can confidently empty a large portion of our basket. Beliefs such as atheism, agnosticism, and naturalism are eliminated. The first pillar of truth is belief in a creator.
Now let us move on to our second filter, to build the walls upon our foundation. We have established that a creator exists. This leads to the next logical question. Is there a need for a religion? Is there a need for a guidebook from that creator? Here we will use the method of comparison. When you purchase a new smartphone, it comes with the user manual. The manufacturer is saying, "We made this, so we know it best."
Is it possible that the creator of the entire universe, the one who engineered human beings, would create us and send us into this world without a user manual? Throughout history, humanity has been haunted by the same profound questions. Who am I? Where did I come from? What is my purpose? Where am I going?
Is it logical that the Creator would give us a mind capable of asking these deep questions, but then remain silent, providing no answers? Of course He will not leave us astray. He will communicate. He will send a guidebook that shows the way. Therefore, we understand that the religion we are looking for must be based on a book. It must have a guide, a divine manual from the manufacturer.
And with this second logical filter, we can empty more of our basket. We eliminate religions like Shintoism, which is based on tradition without a central divine scripture, and beliefs like deism. The religion of truth must have a revealed book.
So, we have a creator and a book. But I ask you a question. Is a book alone enough? Imagine you had given the most advanced textbook on quantum physics. All the knowledge is there, written on the pages. Is that sufficient for you to become a physicist? Don't you also need a teacher, a qualified professor who can explain the complex concepts?
The analogy is clear. The religion we are looking for also needs an instructive leader, a messenger from God. We can think of it like this. In every field, there is theoretical knowledge, and there is practical application. The text written in the book is the theory. There is a desperate need for someone to show how that theory can be turned into action.
When a person asks, "How can I live in accordance with the manual of my life?" he needs a role model, a living, breathing example who shows how it should be done, so that he can follow that example himself. It is not enough to know the theories of morality. It is necessary to see them in practice.
In fact, we see this principle even in the animal kingdom. Look at a beehive, a complex society working for a common purpose. The Creator has appointed a queen bee as the leader. Look at an ant colony. You will find a queen ant at its center, guiding the colony's existence.
Is it possible that Allah, the Creator, who does not leave these small communities of insects without a leader, would leave humanity, the most valuable of all living beings, without such a guide? Is it possible He would not send a messenger to show us the way?
If we have understood this example thoroughly, then with this third and final filter, we have eliminated more religions from our basket. We have eliminated religions which do not fit the model of a single, divinely appointed messenger for all humanity. The religion of truth must have a prophet.
And so, after applying these three rigorous rational criteria, we are left with only three major contenders that are known globally: Christianity, Judaism, and Islam. Notice their foundations are rooted in the truth, as they all passed the initial filters.
The crucial difference lies in their answer to one final question. Who was the final messenger? Islam accepts and venerates Moses and Jesus as mighty messengers of God.
but it states that Prophet Muhammad is the final messenger in that same long chain of prophets sent to all of humanity.
Therefore, the entire matter comes down to this. Can we rationally prove the prophethood of Muhammad? Let's analyze the man himself. For 40 years before prophethood, he lived among his people. They knew him so well that everyone, friend and foe alike, gave him the title Al-Amin, the trustworthy.
There are only two possibilities here. Either this claim is the absolute truth, or, God forbid, it is the absolute biggest lie in the history of the world. There is no middle ground. A person who makes such a claim cannot be an ordinary liar.
Let's test the liar theory. What does a liar seek? Money? Power? Prestige? The leaders of his tribe offered him everything. They said, "If you want wealth, we will make you the wealthiest among us. If you want leadership, we will make you our king."
His answer to this offer was and always remained the same. By God, if you were to put the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left hand to get me to abandon this cause, I would not abandon it until God makes it victorious or I perish in the attempt. He received death threats his entire life. He was stoned, boycotted, starved, and driven from his home. He was subjected to curses and insults. Why would any human being face all of this for the sake of a lie? Why would he endure such persecution for a fabrication that brought him no personal comfort or gain?
He would pray for hours in the dead of night, while everyone else was asleep, weeping to his Lord. This night prayer was optional for all other Muslims, but it was mandatory for him. Why would a liar force himself to undergo such hardship at a time of night when no one sees him?
As we said in the beginning, he was either telling the truth, or he was, God forbid, the world's greatest liar. If we are asked, is such a person a liar, or is the one who calls this person a liar the actual one who is mistaken? A sincere mind needs no time to answer.
When we analyze all these things, we reach the truth. The Creator we were looking for is Allah. The book of guidance we were looking for is the Holy Qur'an. And the prophet we were looking for is Prophet Muhammad. Remember the question we asked in the beginning: why Islam out of 4,300 religions? This is why.